wonderful people, welcome back to Not Defining. This is a place where we delve into the ins and outs of sexuality, gender, and identity like never before, so that you can come to your own identity and find fulfillment. So today I'm going to be running down just a few things from my own experience being a bi guy that I really hate. And hopefully it's not going to be the things that you've heard before, a couple of new ones in there just from my own heart. So let's go. Things not to say to a bi guy. First of all, don't just say nothing. If somebody comes out to you as bi, it's probably taken quite a long time for them to come to that. So I really hate it when I pluck up the courage to express my bi identity to someone and they're just like, huh, and then move on. It's so invalidating. Like, I know that I shouldn't, but please just say something. Just anything. Just say, oh, well, that's cool. Like, I really respect that. Or, ask me something. Like, I personally want to talk about it, as long as it's valid and it's genuine. So don't just say nothing and ignore it. The second thing is, do not try to say that being bisexual, is just kind of like the same as being straight, because, sometimes like, oh, well, I'll have like feelings towards like the same sex or something, or like, I've, kissed one of my, female friends if you're a female or something, but, that's just like normal and stuff. Like, don't try to compare it to your own experience if you're straight or if you're gay. Don't do that. Don't be like, oh yeah, I'm a gay man, but yeah, like, I've had sex with a woman before, and so, we're all a bit bisexual. Cool. I don't care. I'm talking about me. Don't try and compare it to your experience. It's definitely not the same as your experience. The third thing is, do not ask if it is a problem for my partner. Okay, so many people are like, oh, well, if they're talking about my wife, for example, oh, well, is she fine with it? Like, did you tell her, like, from the start? Like, how does she feel about it? How does your partner feel about you being heterosexual or you being gay? How does your gay partner feel about you being gay? They don't care. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. And if it is a thing, it's probably quite painful for me, because that's biphobia and that's horrid. Don't assume that my sexuality is a problem for my partner. It's not. The next thing is, do not say that I'm gay and I'm just faking it. If anybody says this to a bisexual man, you are going to get the bisexual wrath, okay? Just goes without saying, do not say, honey, yeah, I'm sure you're really gay, or like, oh, you'll find out you're gay. Don't even think it. Don't even make that passive aggressive, like, raising of the eyebrow, or that kind of like wink, or the like, whatever. Just don't even get it out your mind, okay? It's biphobic. There are more bisexual people in this world than there are gay people, by a long shot, okay? So it's more likely that somebody is bi than they are gay. Don't do it. Don't do it. The next thing is, if you are a straight female in a gay bar, don't hit on me because you found out that I'm bisexual, okay? So many times you have, straight women who have come to a gay bar and they're having a great time, and they see that you're bisexual, and because you're basically the only person that they think could be attracted to them in that bar, they think that they should then start aggressively flirting with me. If you want to flirt with guys, go to any of the other bars in the town. Do not come to a gay bar and start aggressively flirting with the only bi guy that you meet, because he probably isn't interested in you. All right? Thank you so much. Next thing is, don't not date me because I'm bisexual. Don't say, oh, I would never date a bisexual person. Or don't say, oh, well, you know, I'd love to go on a date, but, you know, you're bisexual, like, it just, I'd rather, like, date gay people. That's really biphobic. That's really horrible. I'm great on a date. Thank you so much. The next thing is, do not say that bisexuality is transphobic. The amount of times people will say that bi means two and therefore you are transphobic, oh my goodness gracious, stop. Okay? Bisexuality has never been transphobic. I can give you all the detail, but I'm not going to even waste your time. Most trans people are bisexual. How does that work then? Okay? Bisexuality is actually the most inclusive. Bisexuality means that you are attracted to more than just one exclusive gender. You do not restrict yourself to one specific gender. Heterosexuality and homosexuality, being gay or straight, could be said to be transphobic because it's like, oh, you're only attracted to people of the same sex. Bisexuality is the most inclusive of trans people. Or also, don't come at me with like, oh, but pansexual is a better term to use. I identify as pansexual too. Pansexual for me is like very, very similar. We love our pansexual family. Bi, pan, solidarity. Don't bring that up with me. You probably haven't researched it and you don't know what you're talking about. So just don't go there. Thank you so much. The next thing is, please don't say I have privilege. People who say that bisexual people have straight passing privilege can get in the bin, okay? Stop. Yes, we all have different types of privileges depending on who we are, depending on what our orientation is. There are some who suffer more than others. Please don't come at me, especially if you don't know me, with like, oh, but you've got straight passing privilege. How privileged is it that there are massively higher rates of mental health issues, substance abuse, all kinds of depression, anxiety, suicide in the bi community than there are in the gay and lesbian community? How is that? Do you know why it is? Because it's effing hard to be bisexual. Yes, bisexual people sometimes have some form of privilege, sometimes we don't. Don't come at me with that. It's just a really stupid oppression Olympics argument and I'm not here for it. Okay? The next thing is, don't ask about my sex life. Just because I'm a bisexual, it doesn't mean that I'm kinky or anything like that. Actually, as one very, very prudish, shy, innocent, vanilla kind of guy to you, please don't ask me about my sex life. I'm very shy. I will probably just go red and you're not going to get much out of that conversation, okay? Do not fetishize bisexuals, particularly bisexual women. They are not your fantasy. They do not want to have sex in front of you. Maybe they do, but they probably don't. Don't fetishize us. Another thing about bisexual men is, do not ask if I'm a top or a bottom. And also, do not assume that bisexual men are all tops, okay? Because actually, that has nothing to do with your sexuality, what position you prefer, okay? And finally, do ask nice questions. Do say things like, that's cool, I respect you. Do ask genuine questions coming from a place of wanting to know more, and do be nice to us bi guys, because quite often we get a lot of stick and life isn't particularly easy for us. So thank you so much for listening. Do you have any other things? Do you have any other things that really annoy you? Any other bi guys watching? Please write them in the comments because it's so great to talk about them. This is what my channel is all about. Relating, connecting, and having a bit of a moan really. So I've enjoyed this moan. Thank you for listening. Please hit the subscribe button because it really helps us get this out to people. And if you can share this video with one other person who you think might find it useful or just a laugh, then I would be so grateful. Thank you so much, and bye for now.